The legendary birds of Kanto are iconic and, well, legendary. Except, would things have been different if Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres were not the legendary trio? This theory was asked by the Double Drill and Rhydon, and they asked, were the original legendary bird trio going to be Jynx, Electabuzz, and Magmar? I'm gonna add to that Scyther, Pinsir, and Mr.Mime. That is a good question, but before we begin, I must tell you that I didn't find any official evidence from Game Freak or Nintendo that this was ever true. So with that, please understand that this is more speculation, and the truth may be stranger than fiction. So the legendary birds, aside from being decent Pokemon, they really don't seem to have anything too special at all in the games. In the show, they are often more majestic, shall we say. Articuno makes it snow when it flies, can cause blizzards, and make any snowless Christmas awesome. Articuno also represents winter as well. Zapdos causes savage thunderstorms when flying, and basically ruins any day. It also represents spring, and Moltres is such a powerful fire type that it can bring an early end to winter, causing spring to occur just by flying through an area. Moltres symbolizes summer. The season fall or autumn was never symbolized in Pokemon with the legendary birds though, for whatever reason. For what it's worth, I always thought Moltres was a phoenix, but since Ho-Oh is modeled after a phoenix, I'm not sure what they were going for with Moltres, and I'm not exactly sure why Zapdos resembles spring and Moltres summer, but again, whatever. Perhaps there would have been an explanation if the games didn't split the Generation 1 and 2, but alas, we will never know. Back to the topic at hand, there are several Pokemon who always seem to be paired up together. Pokemon have a habit of doing this. The 3 starters, the 2 bugs, the bird, and the normal type, you get the idea. So when I first heard this theory, I was sort of puzzled by its validity. When I started thinking about it, the theory became a bit more realistic than I originally thought. Firstly, I would like to emphasize that there is no evidence for this to be absolutely true. I consulted the alpha sketches, notes, and well, nothing. But I do have an idea. Jynx, Magmar, and Electabuzz have a few things in common. They are all human-shaped Pokemon, which are pretty rare. They are grouped together in the Pokedex, and all of them learn the unique elemental punches. And all 3 represent the typing needed for the legendary trio. Ice, fire, and electric. Interesting, no doubt, but not enough to convince skeptics, maybe. Perhaps you are convinced as of now. Just hear me out if you're not, though. We know that originally there were only going to be 4 legendaries, the 3 birds and Mewtwo. Mew was added later, but originally going to be a dev secret Pokemon. So, if there were originally going to be only 4 legendaries, where do Scyther, Pinsir, and Mr.Mime fit in? If Mewtwo was never going to be in the game, Mr.Mime would have taken that place. Once again, Mr.Mime learns unique moves like Substitute, Barrier, Reflect, Light Screen, and is a human-shaped psychic type. And while Mr.Mime may not be the most convincing case, it would make sense considering that he matches the trio, is a psychic type, and is close in the Pokedex to the others. As for Scyther and Pinsir, they too are counterparts to each other and would have been needed to defeat a strong psychic legendary type. Though Game Freak did kind of drop the ball with bug types and bug type moves in Gen 1, it would have made sense if they were going to counter Mr. Mime as a legendary though. And even though there are only 4 original legendaries, excluding Mew, in almost every other Pokemon game, there are at least 6 legendaries. Think about it. Generation Generation 2, the 3 legendary beasts, Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Celebi. Generation 3, the 3 legendary golems, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, and so forth and so on. So it wouldn't be too hard to imagine an alternative to the original legendary set of Pokemon. So there you have it. All of the pieces are in place for a different take on the legendary Pokemon. But Proto! Jinx is also a psychic type. But Proto! What about the Mansion Journals? But Proto! Every Pokemon is Ditto. Professor Oak is Ditto. Everything is Ditto! Comment section. Jinx was altered when they decided to change the legendary trio to alter and add balance. Jinx also caused a lot of controversy, and even though it was based on legendary creature itself, I doubt that Game Freak wanted any more focus on Jinx. As for the Mansion Journals, those are put in the very last new part of the game. Remember, Cinnabar Island is one of the very last places visited by the player. There is very little reference to Mewtwo up to that point. As for Ditto, well, I guess that makes sense since I too am a Ditto. So, Pokemaniacs, I hope you enjoyed this theory, and I hope it made you think that maybe things could have been a little different. Thanks for watching, and please like and share my work. Got a theory burning in your mind? Leave a comment about it, or let me know if I missed anything with this theory. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to transform into Christian Bale for, reasons. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. Please note that in all my videos, if I use images from Google, that I do not own any of those images, and all images obtained from Google are owned by their respective owners and copyrights. So please remember this when watching my Pokemon theories. Thanks.